Hey guys, welcome to another pick a card. My name is Johanna. Welcome to Tenacious Soul. We are going to look at the month of October. So we're going to look at money, career, projects, business, messages. We're going to look at love and relationships, and then we're also going to look at any spiritual messages for you. And we're just going to get some general messages as well. So we have 4 piles today. Remember, this is a general reading. So to take what resonates, leave the rest. If anything doesn't resonate, you can always check out a different pile or just a different reading. I do also 12 sign readings as well. So you can check those out. But we are going to take a look. So we have, like I said, 4 piles. We have pile number 1 here with this moonstone crystal. We have pile number 2 with the moon agate crystal. We have pile number 3 with this other moon crystal. It's like I think it's called charcoite crystal. And then we have pile number 4 with the black tourmaline raw crystal. So take your time to intuitively choose which pile you feel the most drawn to. Timestamps will be down below. So whenever you're ready, if you need to pause it, you can, but whenever you're ready, I will see you all in your reading. Hi, pile number 1, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this moonstone crystal. This is going to be your reading for October 2022. So we're going to go through the general messages here first to start, and then we'll get into the specific areas. So let's get into it. We have number 2, the temple of my body. You guys got 2 of these Halloween oracle ones. We have skull of stars, infinite possibilities. We also have barmbrack, sweetness and synergy. We have the High Lady of Love and Compassion, Reverence, Kindness, and Consideration. It's number 1. And we also have number 18, Tree, Let Them Go. Okay, so pile number 1. I almost feel like you're letting something go that is like serving you. It's like doing what's right for what you need. So whether that's, it says let them go, so whether that's a person or whether that is a situation that involves people, there's a sense of you looking after yourself with the temple of my body. Maybe for some of you, you've been putting other people first or putting other people's needs before your own, and I almost feel like you're taking back that power and having this like love and compassion and consideration and kindness for yourself, especially with it coming up as a 1. It's making me think of like the first house of the body, the physical body. And I feel like this is going to help open up opportunities and different doors for you kind of down the line. So there's definitely something here where I feel like you're just like, you're purging, releasing, and bringing back in this like more kind and compassionate type of energy towards yourself. So it's like opening up new doors for you, and just doing what's right for you is going to, I think this is going to help like kind of bring a sense of healing for you as well, which usually it does, right? So you could be setting some boundaries, or you could just be doing things, walking away from situations that are just not serving you. So yeah, and I feel like this is for you to be able to bring better energy into your life, for you to bring more harmony into your life, and for you to be able to like better look after yourself as well, doing what's right for you. Because I almost feel like you've been, it's like you go from the number 2 to the number 1. So like you've maybe been giving too much to other situations or other people in your life, and I feel like you're kind of taking that power back for yourself, which I like. So we're going to look at career messages first here. We have an oracle and we have 3 tarot. I am using the Halloween tarot for you guys. So this could be money, career, projects, school, whatever you're kind of like working on. We have a fiery climax approaches with full moon in Aries, which we actually have that this month, this full moon in Aries. So I think it's like, I want to say it's like the 9th, maybe. So that could be an important time period for you. This could also be when you're purging and releasing this situation to make space for new things. We have the 10 of Cups, which is the 10 of Ghosts. We have the 8 of Cups, which is the 8 of Ghosts, 8 of Ghosts. And then we have the Devil energy. I mentioned that first house, which is also Aries energy as well. So group 1, this feels as though, I think you're walking away. This almost feels like they should be read from like this way. So there's a sense of something that's maybe been, again, just like not a good energy for you with the Devil energy here. And walking towards your 10 of Cups, like 8 of Cups is going out on that search for the 10 of Cups to find that full wish fulfillment. Something could happen here with the fiery climax approaches. Like there could be, this card talks about like watching your words and watching your reactions. There could be heightened emotions around this time as well. Like Aries is Mars energy, right? So it could be very kind of heated. Interesting too, because the Devil has fire energy here on the bottom of the card. But I almost feel like, yeah, something might happen for some of you in your money, career, your work that kind of like triggers you to make some sort of shift or some sort of change in your direction to go and actually find like a happy solution to something, or just something that fulfills you more. So whether this is like you walking away from a situation or leaving a job or that sort of thing, or just even emotionally just detaching from the situation so that you can go find something better, even if you're staying in that space, it's like you already know that eventually you're going to be moving on. Others of you as well, I see this as being very committed to the path that you are walking. So if you're already working towards a goal or something that you're trying to achieve, I feel like there might be like an extra fire lit under your butt for some reason. If there's something that's really motivating you and something that really has your focus, like the Devil for me can be someone who is putting literally all of their focus, almost to the point of an obsession, on something. And so being that this is your money, your career, you definitely could be trying to achieve some sort of goal or dream that when it comes to your finances or your career or your business. But it feels like there's something that like lights a fire under your ass to kind of like, I don't know, it's like something motivates you, or something may irritate you, or maybe you're just tired of being where you are and you're really wanting to reach some sort of milestone and open up to new like opportunities, new possibilities, or just, again, just keep like moving towards something that, yeah, is just like a goal or a dream that you have. 10 of Cups to me is like like the vision, like the long-term vision that you have for yourself or whatever it is that you're working on. So regardless, I feel like you're motivated and working towards this 10 of Cups, whether that's you leaving behind an unhealthy situation, or it's you being so motivated to get to this 10 of Cups that it's like it's got all of your attention, and it, like I said, there's kind of like fire under your butt to really go after your goal, your dream. So you're just like giving, it almost feels like you're giving something a lot of your attention this month. Let's see what's going on in love and relationships, romance. This could also be platonic depending on kind of how the cards come out. So take it as it resonates. If it's not something you're looking at, reading about, you can skip to the spiritual message. So we have To the Sea, number 7. We also have the 7 of Wands, the 5 of Wands, and the 6 of Cups. So this is where, again, I feel like there's like this sense of boundaries, 7 of Wands. With this To the Sea card, it is making me almost feel like maybe you're looking for something. I feel like, though, it's interesting we have 5, 6, and 7. Like, I feel like there's a progression here, or something you've already maybe been dealing with, 6 of Cups, that there's been some sort of conflict and you setting some sort of boundary. Now, this could be too, like, if you're setting a boundary, maybe you're ready to move on from the past, you're ready to walk away from a situation because it is filled with drama and conflict. And so you're wanting to almost like detach yourself or move away from this and not be involved in the conflict. I do feel like with the 7 of Wands, there's a sense of boundaries needing to be placed, but also trying to, like, when it comes to relationships, I feel like there's this sense of, again, like a goal I'm getting, a goal to like have the type of relationship that you're looking for. Like I said in the beginning with the oracles, I almost feel like there's a sense of you detaching and walking away in order to find something better, to find this a 10 of Cups situation possibly when it comes to your love. But I almost feel like, see, these guys are kind of like walking a path, and this one here is like, hey, we got to get up there. So I feel like this is you saying, like, this is like all your past selves moving through this process and, you know, kind of like doing what needs to be done. And now you're like, if I want to go up here, I gotta make this leap. I gotta take these steps to get up here. And by doing that, it may require you to let something go or walk away from a past situation, a soulmate situation that at one point may have fit you with the 6 of Cups, but it's almost like right now I feel like, or through this month, it's causing more conflict than it is anything positive. Like, there's good memories there, but there's a lot of conflict or drama, or just the two of you just not really on the same page. This could also have to do with like childhood friends. It's like, I'm going here and I'm going out and looking for this new place that I want to be at when it comes to my relationships, these healthy relationships. And so, you know, if you're not coming, then you're not coming. I'm moving forward, and this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want out of my relationship. So if you cannot provide that, then there's kind of this like detaching type of energy. And you're doing this because it's showing yourself love and compassion. And I feel like 6 of Cups can also be like a gift from the universe. So I feel like you'll be gifted new opportunities, obviously, right? We leave something behind and another door opens. So it's like you'll be gifted an opportunity or something better by setting these boundaries and walking away and moving towards what truly lights you up and truly fills your heart and truly is what you're looking for. Okay, because I almost feel like what you currently maybe have, it's just like, it's not it. And you're realizing that, and you're wanting to make these changes to get to where you're trying to go when it comes to your relationships or the type of relationship you want to have. You might feel a little bit kind of like lost. I'm getting like the words like lost at sea. So you might feel like a little bit in this like kind of weird space where like you're looking for what's next, but all you know is that you're not going back. So there could be kind of this like confused type of energy, potentially emotionally, other than the fact that you know that you're looking for other opportunities or better opportunities for yourself emotionally. Okay, so we are going to look at the spiritual messages now. So your oracle we have is number 45. And it says, brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, and personal power. Yeah, this for you, group 1, this feels like a month where it's all about you and what you want and what you deserve and what you desire. And I feel like you have within you all that it takes to get to where you're trying to go. Like, this is about recognizing the power you have within yourself. I'm noticing a lot of 9s and a lot of 1s. Like, we have an 18, which breaks down to a 9. We have 45, which breaks down to a 9. We have 1. We have Aries, which is the first house. We also have a 10 here. So there's kind of this like completion type of energy, and also a personal energy around you achieving the type of life that you're desiring to have. We have the Six of Swords, which is the Six of Bats. We also have the Two of Pumpkins, and we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, there's definitely changes that you're either needing or wanting to make in your life. Six of Swords and the Two of Pumpkins, or the Two of Pentacles. It's like there's changes that maybe need to be made in order for you to move towards your goals or your dreams. But I feel like this is more so highlighting the fact that you have within you the power and the strength to do that. Like you can make these changes. These are things that are within your control. It's interesting here, actually, the only major arcana we have is the Devil card. So you may feel like you are being restricted, or you may feel like there is an outside force controlling you, but the Devil is here to remind you that all you have to do is just take off the chain, right? Usually the Devil is an energy of like, we're keeping ourselves stuck in those situations, those relationships, those patterns. And all we have to do is just choose not to, right? And I mean, that's easier said than done, but in a traditional tarot, the Devil card, the chains are very loose around their neck. And so all the person has to do is decide that they want to take it off and they don't want to be a part of that game anymore. And so I feel like there's something about you choosing yourself, stepping into your power in order to bring about change. I feel like with the Seven of Cups, you have a lot of goals, you have a lot of dreams, you have a lot of things that you still aspire to have in your life or that you want to experience. And I feel like you can still make this vision happen. It's not too late. It's not, it's not like there's not enough time or that you can't do this. Some of you may want to be moving, but I feel like the possibilities are like endless, and it's just about whether you're willing to make that change. And for some of you, that change might be easier said than done when it comes to what needs to be done. But I feel like it's something that, again, is within your power and your control. And as long as you're coming from this good space and keeping your vibration in this positive space, this life force energy that you're using within you, you're powerful. You just have to believe that you're powerful in order to make these changes in the different areas of your life. So a lot of cup energy here. We have the 6, the 7, and the 8 of cups. We also have the 10 of cups. So I feel like this month is really about getting your kind of emotions and your life on track to kind of like put you in the trajectory of this like idea that you have for your life, and emotionally a stable, fulfilling place. But it starts within. It starts with making those decisions for yourself first and foremost, and then things start to kind of like layer on top of one another. So whatever you need to let go of this month, I definitely would. And again, that full moon in Aries could definitely be a very potent time for you. So for those of you who do things around the full moons and new moons, then definitely take that time to set that intention and release what needs to be released, so that you can bring in these new and different opportunities for yourself that are going to put you on the right path for where you're trying to go. So that is what I have for you, group number 1. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles or a different reading. But I hope you guys have a wonderful October, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 2. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this moon agate crystal. This is going to be your reading for October. We're going to go through some general messages here first to start, and then we'll get into the specific areas. But yeah, let's see where we go for you, group 2. So we have number 3, obsession. Interesting. I just want to see what is... It's almost like... I don't know if it's like leaves or kind of almost like it looks like a gold plated leaf thing that's on their head. I'm not sure what that is, but nonetheless, it says obsession. We also have Skull of Darkness with blind spots. We have the Desert Prince, which says survival and false promises, number 19. I'm actually going to put that over here. And then we have number 45 with Throne, your potential is endless. Okay. So I almost feel like this for you, group 2, is like about seeing your potential. Some of you, this survival word is sticking out to me. So like you could be feeling like you're stuck in survival mode, or you're stuck in this kind of like a lower vibration, or just like maybe struggling to kind of get something moving or just shift something in your life. I feel like you have potential here. There's a lot of, it's just like realizing that, because this blind spot is making me feel like you maybe aren't seeing this. Some of you have maybe felt like you've been kind of like led down a certain path here that has not worked for you, or like you feel like maybe you can't get out of something. I don't necessarily feel like that's true. Most times it's not true, right? It's like that's kind of a belief that we have. So there could be this like false sense of feeling stuck, and not that it's not real for you in the moment, but you're discounting your power to get you out of the situation. Yeah, some of you are just kind of like in survival mode, and just like there might be things that maybe you're not seeing around you because you're just so like, so it would be like a stressed type of energy as well. So there may be some stress here this month for you for some reason. We'll kind of see what comes up in the cards. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw like the 9 of Swords, also the Devil energy. I almost feel like you might have something like very much on your mind. And it could be also a person. There could be like a not great connection, or just like a connection that's got a lot of like karma attached to it, or just like a not a healthy relationship as well, is kind of what I'm getting. So let's see where the cards take us and see if we pick up anything extra. We're going to look at money, career, projects, school messages first. Yeah, we have what do you need to release? Waning moon. We also have the Lovers. We have the Devil. Interesting, I did say that. And we have the Page of Swords. Some of you may also have picked the first pile, because I almost called pile 1 pile 2, which is weird because I hadn't even started. And they had the Devil card in the same spot, but a different deck. So, interesting that you got the Lovers and the Devil. If you look, these cards are actually quite similar. Okay, there's 2 people, and one, they're bound by chains and the other one is not. I feel like there's something that maybe you're maybe releasing yourself from, or you may need to release yourself from. A good, like I mentioned with group 1, the full moon is in Aries this month, and so the full moon might be a good time for you to release things, or just if you're someone who does things around the full moon, then that might be something that's good, or just kind of even journal things or whatever, right? But I almost feel like this with this Page of Swords, it's like you're seeing something. You're seeing where maybe you're tied to something that you want to actually release yourself from. You want more freedom. Some of you as well, this could be like a contract that you're in, seeing that you want to get out of that contract. You could be thinking of releasing yourself from a contract, or even seeing just that you want to do something different, that what you're currently experiencing is not really what you do want to experience, if that makes sense. So there's kind of this sense of you stepping from like the Devil energy into the Lovers energy, having more freedom, being more in alignment with something that you're doing. So you may just feel really restricted and really bound. This could also just be a very simple task that you do that you want to get rid of. So if it's like, I don't know, let's say it's accounting. You don't want to do accounting anymore. That like, you have a business or you even have a job and you're like, I don't want to do my taxes. I don't want to do the accounting. I'm going to hire someone, or I want to hire someone to free up my energy from doing that. So something could be something kind of like mundane like that. But this also could be something bigger where you're in a job, you're in a profession, and it's kept you stuck. It's kept you bound. For some of you, it has not like given you the growth that you're looking for. And so you're wanting to move into something that better suits you and that has more potential to it. So there's definitely this interesting energy when it comes to your work and your career and your business and school, of like just feeling like you're in a space that's either stagnating or is just not giving you the freedom that you would like to have. There's a lot of restriction around it, and like the devil energy talks about restriction, it is Saturn energy. So you're wanting to be in this more free-flowing, more compatible type of energy rather than, again, something that kind of keeps you stuck. So it feels like you're maybe feeling really confined with something. You could also be thinking about like ways to make more money, or easier ways to make money, or just getting your finances to a place where you don't feel so restricted by them. Some of you may be, if you're budgeting or something, I almost feel like you're also looking at, what do I need to get rid of to free up my money? So this could be like memberships, things that you're paying for that you're not using, things like that, to kind of free your money up a bit. So you could be kind of like thinking of ways or doing things to kind of do that, to free that up. So yeah, next we're going to look at love. Oh yeah, you guys got 2 of these oracles. So love, relationships, sometimes these are like platonic as well. So these could be friends, family members. So take it as it resonates. You guys got To Be Fair, number 38. Oh boy. And we got Imagine, number 20. So the To Be Fair is like justice energy for me. It's like Libra energy. The Tower just flew out here. We also have the Fool, and we have the High Priestess. So To Be Fair and Imagine. This feels like you're imagining a better connection, or a more balanced connection, or maybe just a connection in general. With the Tower and the Fool, it feels like there's this sense of you potentially having a big change towards something new, or just like a more positive, high vibrational connection, possibly like more spiritual connections, even if that's in your friend group, more spiritual, more balanced connections when it comes to people. I also get this sense of like manifestation off of this High Priestess with the Fool and the Tower. So if you've been trying to manifest new love, I do feel like there could be a person. I feel like with the Fool and the Tower, it could be a bit of a surprise or unexpected. Like you might not be expecting whatever's coming towards you, or whoever's coming towards you. But you are thinking about something more balanced, something more harmonious when it comes, a fair connection, a healthy connection. Especially if you've had unhealthy ones in the past, this is you, I feel like, stepping into your power with this High Priestess, male or female, doesn't matter. You're just stepping into this place of power, knowing that you want a change, you want new things, you want new experiences. And I feel like with the Fool, you're willing to make these changes, like you're willing to just see where other relationships are going to go. This could be like meeting new people even. But there is kind of this sense of hope. The universe, or the Tower makes me feel like the universe, it could be bringing in a big change, or you could be making this big change to leave something that's been false or not been leading you towards the relationship that you want. Because even the High Priestess can talk about like silence, right? So you could be leaving a relationship, leaving a connection in order to find something better. And this could be a big, maybe a shock to some people, or the person that you're dealing with if you're walking away. But I feel like this is a decision that you are wanting to make. You're in control here, it feels. So interesting. There's definitely this like big change. You guys have a lot of majors. Group 1 only had one of them for the whole thing. So yeah, I just feel like you're leaping into new energy. Powerful. It's like you know your worth, you know your value when it comes to your relationships in your life, and so you're not settling. There's no settling here. And like there's lots of potential, I feel like, for you to find new connections and like experience new connections and new people. So your spiritual message, we have number 23, shamanic journey, purpose, attunement, and vision quest. So some of you are maybe trying to find your purpose. I feel like there's a sense of you guys realigning with your purpose, or feeling that way, or trying to. You could be on a spiritual kind of journey here of just like improving your life. Definitely with the High Priestess coming out here, you could be a very spiritual person. Even the Lovers, I would say, is a spiritual card. There's usually the Angel on the deck, or on that card. We have the Six of Cups. We have the Knight of Wands, and we have the Ace of Wands. Yeah, like a lot of you are trying to find your passion, your excitement for life again. You could be also trying new things creatively or artistically, or maybe going back to things with the Six of Cups that you've done in the past before, that brought you joy. I do feel like for some of you, if you've had passionate connections in the past that maybe were kind of short-lived or inconsistent, I almost feel like you're healing from those, you're learning from those. Definitely for some of you, I feel like you've gone through some big changes emotionally or in your emotional relationships or your connections that have led you on this path to new things, wanting to meet new people, maybe realizing like truly what you're attracted to, or something around attraction and how that's influenced your relationships. But I do get with this shamanic energy, it's like you've been on this journey, you've been on this healing path towards what it is that you're looking for, and getting, like I said, it back into alignment, doing this healing work, being in alignment with your purpose, why you're here, being intentional. And I feel like this is basically saying, these tarot cards is saying like you've learned from the past. This could be like things that were like comfort zone things, impulses almost, that you would always automatically go back into, like habits is kind of what I'm getting. And maybe it's trying to start new habits with this Ace of Wands. Again, whether that's like relationships, or whether that's even just like everyday habits, right? The way you eat, the way you drink, the way you think, your habit, your routines during the day, when you go to bed, when you wake up, all those things. Like you could be like going through a lot of that different stuff and changing these things, and it's going to be different for all of you, obviously. But I do feel like there's this sense of healing, and you, again, like detaching from things that just aren't serving you so that you can find these new things, but you're learning lessons in that. It's not just about like letting it go and just moving on. There's lessons and like a spiritual growth, and a lot of you are starting to realize your power and your strength in this journey. Like there's something about your worth, your power, how strong you are to get through these situations. I feel like you're really starting to embrace and own that power and use that power in a positive way to make really good changes. Some of you, your creativity with the Six of Cups, Knight of Wands, Ace of Wands, your creativity could definitely be increasing, or you may have sparks of creativity this month when it comes to things that maybe projects you've already started, that sort of thing. Like things might be kind of coming to you. So pay attention to that, because you could definitely use that to your advantage. Any creative inspiration that you have throughout the month, I feel like that, to do anything, it doesn't even have to be creative. It could just be like, I feel like going for a walk today. And it's like listening to that, go do the walk, right? Just little things like that. And I feel like the more you kind of follow that, like kind of impulse to go do something that feels good for you, it'll just help you along your healing journey and your path. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for you, pile 2. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you can check out any of the other piles or a different reading. But I hope you guys have a wonderful month of October, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, group number 3, welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this moon crystal, this charcoite, I think is how it's pronounced. I could be wrong. This is going to be a reading for October. It is general, so keep that in mind. But we are going to go through the general messages to start here, and then we'll get into the specifics of the different areas. So yeah, take what resonates, leave the rest. We have number 17, forgetting oneself. We also have scrying with intuition. We have the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, and detachment with number 10. And we have number 42, homeward, take yourself out on a date. Okay. So, group 3. So interesting, I feel like there's a couple messages here. The first one is both of these cards I feel like kind of resonate. So from a shadow perspective, because this is a deck about kind of like shadow aspects, and depending on kind of the other cards, I don't always read them as a shadow. It could be something that you're working through or like whatever, right? I feel like there's an aspect of yourself that it's almost like remember to put yourself first is kind of what I'm getting. This, for some reason this month it seems like you could be putting yourself on the back burner, like needing to do just things for yourself and you have time for yourself. So if that's something that you typically find yourself doing, now this could be because you're busy, you're working on things, you're just like in this energy, but it also could be that you're maybe you're a parent and you're really looking after other people all the time or the household or whatever, right? It's like, remember you, right? And kind of remember to take time throughout the month to really kind of give back to yourself in whatever way, shape, or form you like or want to do that. I feel like your intuition is quite strong right now, and I think that probably your intuition is telling you you need to give back to yourself, or it will be giving you little hints that like, hey, you should do something for yourself, or you need a break, whatever. I feel like you also could be potentially also just like very focused on something, and in that making sure that you're not putting your own personal needs on the back burner. Okay, so if there's something that specifically that you're working on here that I feel like you could be very focused on, have a lot of intention towards, you could be kind of detaching more so from yourself, or just detaching from other needs that are needing to be met this month when it comes to just life. So just paying attention to that, and just listen to your intuition if it's telling you, hey, we need to take a break, we need to go look at this for a while, or you just need to focus on yourself for a little bit. Yeah, just kind of paying attention to that and embracing that when it comes up. Because I feel like with this guy's wearing a mask on like half of his face, so it's like you could be trying to hide the fact that you don't need help, you don't need a break, you know what I mean? So it's like making sure that you're not ignoring parts of yourself or just what you need in that moment. Because in the end, it'll get in the way of whatever it is that you're focused on, right? You'll eventually kind of hit like a burnout is what I kind of feel. So just kind of paying attention to that this month. But we're going to get into money, career, project, school, whatever you're kind of working on. We have Gibbous Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. Yeah, see, I feel like there's something potentially you're focused on this month. We also have Eight of Swords. We have the Two of Wands, and we have the King of Pentacles. So some of you could be stressed a little bit about your future, your finances, where things are going to be going. It does feel like you're focused on a goal and like achieving something. You could also be preparing a lot, planning a lot, but there is a little bit of stress with this Eight of Swords. So I feel like this is a little bit, again, like I said, like making sure that you're looking after yourself, your needs. If you're stressed, looking after those things, making sure that you are maintaining a sense of balance, mentally, emotionally, physically, whatever that is for yourself that you typically like neglect. And I just feel like you're definitely going to be focused on a goal. Some of you, like, it's strictly finances. If it's not finances, I just see this King of Pentacles as being like the success that you're trying to have, or the achievement that you're trying to gain from just like solidity and stability within your situation. It's like you're trying to have a foundation in something, or just feel really solid in something, whether that be something you do or something you have. And this is like you're progressing towards this with this Two of Wands. Again, like planning, progressing, moving forward with it, and like seeing kind of where you're going. But I feel like there's stress around it with the Eight of Swords as well. So just being aware of that and making sure that you're not, again, like I said, too stressed. Your nervous system's not like too wired. That could be kind of like influencing your energy levels, your mood, that sort of thing. So when you need to take a break, definitely take a break. Because I do feel like you're on the right path. I feel like you're on the path towards success. And I just feel like you're really close to achieving what it is that you want, but burning yourself out in that process isn't going to help you necessarily reach that end goal. And if it does, you're going to have to like recover from that. So just being aware of that and just knowing your own limits. Next, we're going to look at love relationships. This can also be platonic relationships, so take it how it resonates. If you want to skip past it, you can. We have number 2 with yin. This is feminine energy. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the 9 of Wands. And we have the 5 of Swords. Okay. So some of you have some resistance here. I almost feel like there's a sense of, again, there's this stressful energy. Okay, 5 of Swords. So this could be too that you're just not in a place where you're fully open. If you've got a lot of things going on in your life, I feel like you could be kind of like stressing a little bit, or just not in a balanced place, or just feeling like, I don't have time for that kind of thing. Like, there's almost like a very masculine energy that's coming through. So it's almost like in your relationships, it's like needing to embrace the more feminine side. This could also be letting people help you, letting people be there for you, being able to receive help, and not having to try and do it all yourself. Okay, this could be like someone picking up the groceries for you, or like whatever. It could be something very small, but it's like if someone's offering to help you, I almost feel like it's like being open to that, being open to receiving those things, even if it's uncomfortable, or you don't really need it, or you don't really want it. It's like, it could just be something that kind of frees up your schedule a little bit. And it's like, rather than trying to do it all yourself, being open to people helping you. For others of you, this is like allowing love in. Some of you could be kind of in your head when it comes to love. I feel like you're very attractive at this time, and you are probably maybe attracting a lot of attention, but it's almost like you might be pushing it away. So I almost feel like with that yin energy, it's like being a little bit softer. If you're single, you're looking for love, I feel like there definitely could be love coming in. But again, there's kind of this block, this barrier. And I almost feel like doing more things for yourself, doing more self-care, feeling good about yourself, feeling confident, all those things are going to help you feel more prepared to take on a new relationship, or take on love, or be open to love, or be ready for love, whatever that is for your situation. But there's definitely some resistance. Some of you, if you're looking for new love, you just might feel like you don't have time if you are focused on a goal. So you could feel very like, again, like kind of stressed and not fully like open, I guess, in that regard. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got, I think, for that. Let's move on to the spiritual message here. So we have number 44, harvest, gather of blessings. So this is a good sign. Number 44 is a master number as well. A lot of 2s and 4s here. 2, 4, 2, 44. This intuition makes me think the high priestess was just a 2. We have 7 of swords, high priestess, like I said, and 6 of wands. So yeah, I feel like this is saying your planning and your success that you're trying to have in your life is going to come to fruition. I feel like it's almost like a little bit of trusting with this high priestess, trusting that things are going to work out, trusting in the universe, trusting in your intuition, where you're leading yourself. 6 of Wands is literally a card of victory and success. I feel like the 7 of Swords is like, I feel like the 7 of Swords, again, is this strategy, like the 2 of Wands, like the strategy that you've been having to try and achieve success. But I also feel like some of you feel like, what if I get cheated out of success? What if it doesn't work? What if, like, almost like doubting, thinking that the universe is going to like pass you by, which is like an interesting, an interesting energy. And I feel like it's almost saying like, trust that the universe will provide. And also trust that in your ability to receive, and knowing that abundance is endless. Like there's enough to go around. There's not this like limitation on what people can receive, right? There's always enough for everyone. I also feel like this harvest energy is saying like the work that you've been doing, you are going to reap the rewards. The energy and the effort that you've been putting in, you are going to reap the rewards. We also have like, again, we have a 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 8 of Swords, kind of like some of the harshest sword energy. And it's come out in like the 3 different areas of your life. So I feel like stress for this group could be a big thing this month for you. Like, so any sort of like calming type of exercises, things that are relaxing, grounding, nurturing are going to be really helpful for you this month, because I almost feel like you could be a little bit like on edge. And again, like if your nervous system and everything is like kind of on high alert all the time, like you're going to hit burnout really quickly. So just being aware of that. But yeah, there's something about being receptive to things coming towards you, being open to your intuition. This card literally says intuition. We have the high priestess. We also have this feminine energy with the yin. So like, and the taking care of yourself. So there's like a strong need for this group to kind of like tap into their feminine. And I would say that if you're stressed, you are not in a relaxed state, which for me, like the sympathetic aspect of the nervous system, which is the stressful, more like high intensity, high alert, fight or flight stage is more of like a masculine energy, whereas the parasympathetic, the more relaxed aspect of the nervous system is more of that feminine, easeful type of energy. And so it's not about having one or the other, it's about finding that balance between the two. But in your situation, I almost feel like you're so far in the sympathetic that you almost need to come back into that parasympathetic to kind of like just ground and realign things and just kind of like reharmonize your energy a little bit. Obviously I'm not a doctor or anything, but again, if you're just feeling that way, it's like getting tools that can help you, just kind of ground your energy and just be like, feel more stable and secure within yourself and just like not be so stressed out. And some of you are like ignoring this piece of yourself. Like you might not even realize how stressed you actually are. There's a lot of people like that actually that don't actually realize that they live a very stressful, high paced life, and they don't even realize it because it's their normal and they don't know anything different. And then when they finally get a time to relax, they're like, wow, I really was stressed. So, but yeah, I feel like success is definitely yours to be had. I don't know if it's coming this month, but I think you are going to start to see gains this month. Like there's going to be progress this month. you might not fully accomplish a goal like specifically this month, but I do feel like you're on the right trajectory, you're on the right path, and there's going to be small wins if you pay attention, right? Small wins along the way that are showing you that you're reaping this harvest and that you're gathering little blessings along the way, like to get to this, this bigger end goal that you may have. So yeah, opening up the heart space, I feel like is big for you guys. And also I would say like throat chakra, sacral chakra as well, because those are the two feminine, third eye as well with this high priestess energy. So just like rebalancing and reharmonizing really would be really good for you guys this month. So yeah, it's pretty much what I got for you, pile number 3. Hopefully that resonates. Let me know down below. If not, you guys can check out any of the other piles or a different reading. But I hope you guys have a wonderful month of October. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome. If you chose this pile, you chose this tourmaline crystal. This is going to be your reading for October. So this is general, so keep that in mind. Take what resonates, obviously, leave the rest. So let's see what we've got in the general messages here to start. All right, pile 4, we have number 28, perchance to dream. We have acceptance and equality. We have Queen of the Light, illumination, enlightenment, and celebration, number 15. And we also have Witch, justice is coming. Okay, so pile number 4. I feel like there's a sense of balance coming in here for you. Something may be kind of like enlightened here, or there's a sense of like, again, like justice coming in, hope almost, and allowing you to kind of like move towards your dreams. Some of you maybe have like lost hope in a situation, or yeah, you've just been feeling like things haven't been going your way. And I almost feel like that's about to kind of turn around, or there's something that's happening maybe this month that you're seeing that's making you happy. It's bringing good balance and harmony back into a situation for you. So this could be one situation, this could be kind of like your general life. But it does feel like if you've lost this ability to kind of like dream, or you're kind of in this space of, kind of like things feel like they just haven't been going your way, I feel as though that may shift. We'll see when we go through each of the categories of life, of money, career, projects, love and relationships, and then spiritual messages, like if there's anything specific that kind of comes up of where this could apply to, but take it how it resonates, obviously. I'm getting kind of like the Sun card off of this Queen of Light energy, where it's like something's being, almost like the Sun and Temperance, like something's being brought to light, but it's also bringing a sense of happiness with it, with celebration. So there's some sort of positive thing happening that I feel like, again, is like either good news or just something to be excited about, be happy about, that restores a sense of balance or karma. It's like balancing out the scales. So if you feel like the scales have been tipped against you for some reason, or just in a situation, things just haven't been working the way that you've wanted them to, I feel like that's going to shift. So in your money, career, projects, school, whatever you're kind of working on, we have You Are Good Enough with full moon in Virgo. We also have the Queen of Wands. We have the Five of Wands, and we have the Three of Cups. So there's this celebration energy with this Three of Cups. I almost feel like, yeah, it's like saying that there's a need to be confident, Queen of Wands, in what it is that you do and what the skills are that you have. And I feel like saying knowledge. So for some of you, and Virgo is mercurial energy, so there could be a sense of knowledge and wisdom. It gives me like hermit energy. So there could be a sense of wisdom or knowledge that you have that you just need to be confident in. For some of you, if there's like competition around what you do, or you have clients, or there's a sense of like trying to build a business or something like that, there could also be where you're competing for a certain level of like work, or just feeling, what's the word I'm looking for? It's kind of like you want to be really good at what you do. Like you want to be known for what you do. And so you could, in a weird way, not like, hey, I want to be better than like that specific guy down the block, but it might be a little bit of like, I want to be one of the best in my field or the best at what I do. And it doesn't really matter who I'm against. I just want to be well known, or just like known that I do my job well, or I do my things well. If this is like school, you could be competing for a certain grade or a certain contract or a job of some sort. Like there could be some competitive aspect, or you're just a competitive type of person where you are always striving for more. But I almost feel like it's saying you just have to believe in what you're capable of, and the positive results with this Three of Cups will show up for you. So if there's anything that's blocking you from realizing your potential, or seeing your potential, or believing in yourself, I feel like, letting those things go in order to, just like have the happiness, the celebration that you're kind of like looking for here when it comes to what it is that you're trying to achieve. Because I do kind of feel like with this Queen of Wands, like you are good at what you do, and like you probably do have a bit of a lead on whoever you are against. Or whoever's just like around you. Because for some of you, it's not like a specific competition. It's more of just like, you want to pride yourself on what it is that you do, or how it is that you operate. And so there's a sense of you potentially trying to achieve some sort of goal, or again, have a level of success, something to celebrate. So if you are competing for something, I feel like there's a sense of celebration that comes along with that. I feel like you potentially could be quite, or could be victorious in the situation. You just have to believe in yourself. So whatever you're working on, I feel like it's just remembering to maintain this sense of confidence and belief in self, that you're good at what you do, and you have that ability to really boldly step into what it is that you're doing as well, like really embracing it. Let's see what's going on in your love, relationships. This could be friendships as well. So take it how it resonates. If you want to skip past it, you can, to the spiritual messages. We have Y, number 31. We also have the Three of Pentacles. We have the 10 of Wands, and we have the 4 of Wands. Interesting. So some of you could be questioning, like, why is something so challenging? The 10 of Wands is making me think that, like, feel as though, like, things have been, it's been hard work, or there's been a lot of potential burdens in your relationships, or just you've been having to really work to get on the same page as people. Like, maybe you just feel like you're really fighting against people in some way. And because 3 of Pentacles is about being on the same page, working together, getting along, collaborating, right? Connecting. 4 of Wands is a relationship, happiness, success. And I almost feel as though it's like it's been a bit of a struggle, like a little bit of a challenge to get on the same page as people. If you're dealing with relationships, or certain relationships in your life, or if you have a love relationship that you're trying to, just like maybe move forward in, or just like keep going. If you're single, this feels like kind of the struggle to find love, or the struggle to get on the same page, or find people who want a relationship, like find people who want the same thing as you do, where the two of you are on the same page and you are both in the same kind of atmosphere when it comes to like relationships and what you're wanting for yourself. So there's something around it, because even 31 breaks down to a 4, so it's like there's something around stability when it comes to relationships. 3 of Pentacles for me can be a stability card as well, like building the foundation. So there's something about having to put in a lot of hard work, but you're almost questioning why. Like, why is something so challenging? Why is this relationship so challenging? Why is it so hard for me and this person to get on the same page? Now, I don't necessarily see if like there's arguing, or, I mean, it's only 3 cards, so it's not really coming up, but there is something that's like weighing something down, or there's just this struggle or this burden to, and like it makes you feel like you have to put in a lot of work for what it is that you're trying to achieve. It's almost like you may feel as though you're putting in a lot of work and you're not really getting the reward. You're not really getting, or you're having to work really hard to just get some sort of a result that you want in a relationship. So it's almost like, is it worth it? You know, should I have to put in all this work? Like, some people feel like relationships should be really hard. I don't necessarily believe that. I think that there's some people that relationships come really easily. Like, you just look at people in your life, right? There's some friends it's like, it's so easy for you to stay in touch, you know, like, or even if you don't stay in touch, every time you go and hang out with them, and it's like, it's easy, right? You just get along, you catch up. It's like you were never apart from each other, right? I feel like you can have that in relationships as well. But it's almost like you may feel like there's a sense of a struggle to get on the same page, to bring in balance, potentially to get into a relationship. Maybe you're constantly feeling like the person you're dealing with, you think you're on the same page. And then when it comes to like getting in a relationship, that's not what they want, right? There could be a little bit of that. For those of you, I feel like be cautious if you're trying to convince someone to get into a relationship, or that like that is what they want, right? People usually show you what it is that they're looking for, and it might not always match what their words say, right? And with this acceptance and equality card, I feel like this is about like a Six of Pentacles, like a balanced give and take. It doesn't mean that it's 50-50, but you know, am I giving to the situation and you're giving to the situation in some way, shape, or form? Are you and I on the same page where, you know, you talk about things or you're not talking about things, but it's like, are we on the same page? Are we in alignment here? Four of Wands, are we able to come together to achieve the same goal? I almost feel like there's something here with a person, or just relationships in general, where you've been struggling to get on the same page as people, or you feel like you're putting in a lot of effort and maybe they're not, or there's something about like, why is this so challenging to get to, you know, a more stable position here? Why do I have to work so hard for this to be just balanced and stable? So I feel like there's like a questioning here, why you feel that way, and like, you know, all of that is kind of, again, still up to you and your individual situation of how you feel, but there is this sense of just like questioning why does this relationship or these relationships feel like they're so tough? And it could just be that you're attracting people who just aren't on the same page as you, right? Doesn't mean that everyone's like that, right? I feel like a balanced situation could be coming in here. Like if you're seeing you're putting a lot of effort into a love relationship and you're not getting anything back, you might also, you know, do the right thing in the situation to bring balance into your life by either walking away or just communicating what it is that you're looking for, right? Something to kind of like clear the air. Now, with regards to the spiritual message, we have number 52 with hidden knowledge, Akashic records, silent understanding. So yeah, there's kind of this piece of wisdom here. I also feel with regards to like love and relationships, if you're questioning things, it's like you kind of in a weird way already know the answer. You might be maybe thinking you don't because it's not the answer you want to hear, but you probably deep down do know the answer. Seven of Swords, we have the World, and we have Temperance. Yeah, so I feel as though there's a sense of, there's definitely like a healing energy. Seven of Swords as well is kind of this like, kind of like a sneaky energy. I almost feel like something that may have been hidden, or if it was a lesson of some sort, or you're just maybe more aware of something now. It's interesting because the 52 card also breaks down to a 7. But I almost feel like something maybe kind of just like an awareness might be kind of tucked away here. Like mentally, from a logical perspective, you might be like, I don't know the answer to this. I don't know how to work through this. I don't know how to get out of a situation. But I almost feel like spiritually with Temperance here, it's like you do. Like if you tapped into your spiritual side of things, or your intuition, or just kind of like used maybe a different approach, you might actually find the answer that you already had within you to close out a lesson or close out a chapter. Some of you also have like a very deep understanding of like how the world works, or how people work, or how things work. Like, you don't really have to say or do anything. Like, things just might kind of fall into place. I feel like that also as well with the World and Temperance. Like, things just might kind of, Temperance to me is kind of a card of like divine timing. So you might not have to strategize a whole lot or think through things or really work through things a whole lot. Like, detach yourself and move away, Seven of Swords, from situations that are not serving you. You know, if you're in challenging situations or you're trying to figure out how to move out of situations, then it's like, I feel like it's almost just about detaching yourself, and then like the rest will kind of fall into place. Some of you are also already aware that you do need to remove yourself from some situations potentially in your life. This could have to do potentially with the love relationships or just relationships in general. Because even for this career, like if you have any people around you that are causing conflict with how, you know, because we have Three of Cups and Three of Pentacles, the threes to me are always people. There's other people involved somehow. So there's something about bringing more balance and harmony into your life with this Temperance energy, and even this Justice energy, this acceptance and equality. Like, there's a sense of closing out chapters, not trying to hold on to them, and just detaching from things. And I feel like you already know that you probably need to do this, or it's going to come to light this month. So you could find yourself like closing out a lot of chapters here, or just closing out chapters in general when it comes to just your life. If you're trying to figure out how to be successful in something, or how to finish something up or close something up, I feel like this, that it will come in time. In time, you'll realize what it is that you should be doing when it comes to how to move forward. Like, this is just something that's intuitively going to come through spirit, or come through just all of a sudden you'll have an idea, or you'll just figure something out. So if you're struggling through anything, I also feel like it's just a matter of time. This could be as questions, right? It's just a matter of time before things come to light here that help you move forward. So don't lose hope. Like, if you're looking for answers, I feel like for a lot of you in your money career situation, it's just about realizing your worth, knowing your value, especially when it comes to other people and situations. But also if you're competing or wanting a certain type of title or role, or just this kind of like leveling up in your life, some sort of success that you're looking to have, just believe in your confidence and believe in yourself. And in relationships, know when to walk away. Like, know when you've been putting in too much effort and someone maybe hasn't been putting in enough, right? So just knowing that when and where to move and to change these situations. And I feel like that's going to help you open up and allow you to dream again, allow you to kind of like move forward. And a lot of you already, I feel like deep down, you already know how to. It's just a matter of tapping into that. So that's pretty much what I have for you, pile number 4. Hopefully that resonates. If not, you can check out a different pile, or you can check out the individual sign readings for October. I've finished all of those. They are up on the October playlist. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful month of October. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.